just around the corner.
Surely I should be due a growth spurt by now.
Special yakitori for sale. Come and try some.
Make my escape.
Monumental changes could be flying.
No touching!
The depths beckon!
I'm out of here! Gotta dash!
Retribution! Cascade!
Next on the agenda... We're way behind schedule.
Another test subject.
Free!
Next on the agenda.
Freeze! Burn! Ha! Ha! Time for retribution! Ha!
Access denied. Gotta dash. I'm out of here. Make my escape. Ha. Make my escape. I'm out of here.
Add Ast. Thank you for Add Astra.
Why do new explorers make the same mistakes over and over again?
A little better. It's not as painful. Still swollen. Oh, of course not. Hey, C5 Noel. Punk so. Let's go ahead and actually C5 Noel. I'm about to do Yelan story quest in a minute. Oh, that's cool, man. What'd you go and see?
This realm.
Wait, am I gone? You just get level 9? Jatayu Rock. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I might have to look that up later.
If you ever...
Battle Pass level 14. So far so good. Oh, the kitty is so cute. Am I at fucking 40 yet? Okay, I guess I'll do that.
This realm is truly...
I'll switch layout. Go over to this. Hopefully this stream can go on for a decent amount of time. If it randomly cuts out, I'll just restart up another one. Oh yeah, that she's apparently the original god, you know, the one that attacks you at the beginning of the game. But until proven true, I will stay neutral. I do not hate, or like Paimon, but I do find her annoying. Which I think is a fair statement. Okay, so I need an alchemic device, alchemic components, okay. Paimon thinks you should die.
This realm.
Fairy tale. Alchemic device. Alchemic component. Now, where's the unwavering thing? Unwavering. I don't know. That doesn't have it. Where the fuck is the thing I'm looking for? Oh, they're here. Never been a big fan of Demon Slayer. Alright, so got unwavering going. Oh, so I just need to make red shit. Oh, that's easy. Time to make some red dye. We can send Setchias. There we go. So now we can craft the neat stack of books and both alchemists. There we go. And what I'll do is I'll go and just go ahead and snag some vials so that we can just straight up create it. There you go. Deuces.
If you ever have any questions about the
The
realm
Children of the
within,
Sky. No, I have not. Sounds like an RPG, though.
Then the boys found out she was an alien.
Oh. Okay. Let's go. So now I can craft this. And since I have Sucrose and Lisa, let's place this. Okay, now Lisa and Sucrose. Alright, where though? Well, okay, let's try talking.
Oh, when did you? I was completely lost.
Okay.
Morning, cute. I'm sure you're but if you find yourself.
Shut up, you're gonna die.
fully equipped alchemy workshop, and arranged in a rather reasonable manner as well. Even if an experiment goes, explosively wrong in here,
I haven't played the
specimen
games, but
stored
I've
in the
watched
storage
the show.
cabinet shouldn't be... Huh? When did you get here? I mean, I've been itching to conduct this experiment. Is it okay
I've
if
seen
I
other
go
people
ahead
play
and
the
do it?
Walking Dead games. But I prefer to be in control. Mostly because like, I see the Walking Dead games as like the story-driven, like
Oh,
I might as well
oh
call it a
please,
fucking
not only are
visual
reference
novel.
materials, you really are a...
It's like not really for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick these up.
Make my...
You? Like, don't get me wrong. I have played a lot of games. Which is something like The Walking Dead is a no for me.
This realm is...
Oh yeah, I played a couple mobile games. I played Z Girls, Pokemon Go, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, Valkyria Connect, or Valkyrie Connect. I've been playing this one mobile game called Grand Summoners for almost 3 years. I'm almost at like 1,020th a day sign in. Oh yeah, man. We do Minecraft streams here too. But I think I saw you in one of the streams actually. I really actually be planning on doing a Minecraft stream today, and I have to do a Dragon Ball Z Kakarot one because I haven't done one in almost 3 days. So I have to do a Kakarot stream today. We got to start the Frieza saga, man. We got to get into it. So we got a Kakarot stream today. The Genshin we're already doing. Minecraft plan. Believe it or not, a Fortnite stream because this is the final day of the season and I want to get the event streamed. Because Fortnite not being one of my favorite games anymore, but I still like the story. So what do we do? Streaming the event. That's 4 streams already. I'll probably also might do a Master Duel stream. Some Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe, if I'm feeling good. Not necessarily feeling good, but like up for it. Like I just feel like But those are guaranteed 4 streams for today. Immediately after Genshin, I think we're going to go ahead and do Kakarot because the Fortnite event, I think, is around 3. So I'm going to want to go ahead and get that done. The Minecraft one probably.
All hail! No touching!
Fight back.
Mind the deluge. Verdict is...
Big sword. What is hitting? What is hitting me? And why did it hurt so much?
Born of Archie Frost!
You really know how to get me going.
That's far enough.
Can't run from death.
Waku waku! I hear that and I instantly think waka 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 waka. Alright, what we got? 2 goblets. Ash. And ass, alright.
Are you
Access
here to
denied.
play with me?
Time for retribution! Ha!
My contract
What
goes...
the hell? What hit me? The second I switched over her, she just decided to drop dead.
You really know how to get me going.
Okay.
Burn!
And you got a right feature right there.
Gotta dash. Come on out.
Be still.
Oh,
No touching. Over here.
boy, boy, boy.
Let me amuse myself. Look at me.
Gotta dash.
Alright, let's continue. Give me something good. Give it. A goblet and a flower. Woohoo! This is such a good piece.
This is long overdue.
Are you
Born
here
of
to
ice.
play with me?
Mind the deluge.
Verdictus. Ha! Ha!
Ninjutsu! Like, no touching.
The more, the merrier.
Ha! Ha!
No escape.
Let me
Born of ice and frost.
Freeze.
All hail.
merrier. Over here.
Kamisato Art. Sweep. Cascade.
Alright, so that piece is done.
Are you
Born of
here
ice
to
and
play
frost.
with me?
Verdictus.
Let me amuse myself.
Blink.
Freeze.
Access denied.
Over here.
Mind the deluge.
For Rex Lapis.
No escape.
Ninjutsu.
Burn.
No touch.
Be still.
Know how to get me going.
Access denied.
Verdictus.
Let me amuse myself.
Born of ice and frost.
Over here.
Run from the edge.
The systems shine.
Give us something good. No. Why?
And how long will you be with us? Long as it takes. Just should have been a discussion. What did you expect? Who have you been such a prison?
I've never talked to my lawyer. It's weird, but no charges, no indictment. The cops might even deputize Guardian. I know it's worked out better than I could possibly imagine. Hey kid, what's up?
You're trying to...
Yeah?
In a bad way.
Roaches crushed by Guardians. Human strength back strong.
I really need those. Do you have any, bar? Yeah, 3. What do you think this is? Much worse than GIG.
brownies first. I don't have to do any of the hard brownies because I don't need the points. Oh, yep. Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Melon. Huh?
No touching. Come on out. Born of ice and frost. Make my escape. This is long overdue. Access denied. Born of ice and frost. We're way behind schedule. We're way behind schedule.
I may have overacted.
Born of ice and frost.
Hey. Hey, spicy. Hey. Hey.
Next on the...
Yeet! Retribution! Ha! Ha!
That's why we have Google.
No touching! Gotta dash! Gotta dash!
You really don't have to imagine anything. Just Google it. Technically 30. This is for a Lawrenceburg. Oh, gas is just $5 a fucking gallon.
Surely I should be due a growth spurt.
Another bad one? No, let me try.
Traveler, Paimon, it's been a long time.
Oh, hey, Hoishin. Fancy meeting you here. How's work these days?
Thanks to the help of people like you and colleagues like Ganyu, but I've been feeling distracted at work lately. I just feel constantly agitated.
What?
Nothing specifically. He's not unwell. He's always said, old age comes for us all in the end. Anyway, my father's currently on the second floor of Yangsheng. He seems very fond of you too. I'm sure chatting with you.
Sure. Make my escape. Uncle Tien, we're here to chat with you.
Oh? What a lovely surprise. Welcome. Hoishin, why don't you go downstairs and get the shopkeeper to make us a fresh pot of tea? I heard that you've been traveling all over the place recently. I would very much... Hoishin told you, didn't she? Don't worry. I'm quite all right. It's just the years gradually catching up with me. As I grow older, I'm starting to find that with many things, though the mind is willing, I am still very much in good standing as the Tianshu today. Nevertheless, I wish to pass on.
How difficult is it to transfer the Tianshu position?
Oh, well, you see, the Tianshu is historically speaking, the Tianshu rarely appears in public. We stay behind the scenes. We also want to keep any prospective Tianshu. For these reasons, the incumbent Tianshu typically recommends their candidate of choice, and this...
So in other words, you pick someone, and then Lady Keqing, Lady Ningguang, and the other Qixing appoint them?
Correct. Unfortunately, due to my health, I won't be able to assess every candidate myself. Not to despair, however. because I found someone exceptionally capable to act on my behalf as assessment officer. In fact, I believe you recently became acquainted with her yourself.
Oh? Who is it?
I'm heartbroken. I thought it might take you a little longer than this to forget all about me.
It's Yelan!
Jackpot. Uncle Tien here asked me to assess 3 candidates for him. Fancy joining me? You'll be among the first to get to know the next Tianshu. Might be a good opportunity for you.
What do you think? Paimon thinks so too. It can't be a bad thing to be on good terms with a new Qixing, right?
Alright then. Though, I gotta say, Uncle Tien, you say you're into behind-the-scenes planning? My work's of the covert variety too. Don't you think?
Huh? Yelan.
I'm not opposed to the idea, but I suspect... So, how about this? If your investigation reveals...
Deal. Well, you guys take your time. Everything's all set for the assessments to go ahead. Meet me on the first floor when you're ready. Until then, have a pleasant conversation. Oh, and no need to pay for your tea. As the new owner of this fine establishment... You're all set?
Uncle Tien seems really worn down.
Yeah, it may sound harsh, but Uncle Tien is past his prime. He's not cut out for this anymore. So he's recommended 3 candidates. Their names are Qianwei, Mingbo, and Zhi. Qianwei is a wealthy entrepreneur. Mingbo works at the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs, and Zhi is focused on study and travel. Try to keep all that in mind. Of course, it doesn't really matter if you forget, since we'll be assessing them at Yuehai Pavilion in a short while.
Qianwei, Mingbo, Zhi. Paimon should be...
Let's leave that until we get to Yuehai Pavilion. All right. Heads in the game, people. The stakes don't get much higher than a change in the Qixing. We can't afford to miss anything, no matter how small.
Got it. We'll keep our eyes wide open. Make my escape. Make my escape.
My legs are getting sore. What is wrong with this assessment officer? This is a huge occasion and I don't even get a chair. I've dealt with all kinds of people in my time, but never have I been made to stand while I'm waiting for an appointment.
Oh, I mean, I think it's fine.
That's called being complacent. If you're happy to just accept the...
Oh, come on. That's just... All right, you two. Let's not get into a big argument. Qianwei, that was a bit uncalled for. And Mingbo, cut him some slack. We've all been... Look, how about this? There's no rule saying we're obliged to stand up while we wait, so why don't we borrow some...
Fine. They're not the best quality chairs, to be sure. But under the...
It looks like all 3 candidates have arrived. We'll meet them formally soon. But I've split it into 2 stages. Current affairs and planning, and face-to-face interview. In the first stage, candidates are required to submit a manifesto for Liyue's development. In the second stage, we will ask them some questions in person. Writing a manifesto takes time, so I informed them of this requirement in advance. These are the reports they submitted.
Wow. One of them is really thick.
It's also worth mentioning a stipulation I gave them. Whoever is appointed as the new Tianshu will be expected to implement their... Failing the occurrence of some cataclysmic event, they will not be permitted to change their plan. Therefore, these 3 piles of documents and... There's still some time. Have a skim through, get a first imp... I'll be waiting off to the side. Just let me know when you're done. Finished, huh?
Everyone took it very serious.
Of course they did. They have the chance to be picked as the new Tianshu, so you can bet they're putting their best foot forward. And keep in mind, whoever gets in has to execute their plan as written. Nobody wants to have any regret. That's for me to know and you to find out. We can talk more after the interviews. We'll see the candidates now. Let's do one at a time.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh? So you two are the assessment officers, are you? I had assumed that given the great import of this situation, Lady Ningguang would perhaps be assessing us in person. I certainly hadn't imagined I'd be seeing two. I trust you've read through my manifesto? I'd be more than happy to clarify any details you found difficult to grasp. It was written with an expert audience in mind, after all.
Mind your tone, mister!
Relax. It wasn't intended as a personal slight against anyone in particular. I was simply stating a fact. Cloud Retainer? You know this Adeptus? Oh, with your sterling reputation, you must have a respectable level of erudition. Perhaps you will be able to understand the concepts I have put forth.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes, please.
I'm, Mingbo. I've worked there for, 9 years, 5 months. I have 12 active cases at the moment. They should be concluded in... My current work is related to urban planning, and I'm also responsible for, auditing the accounts. To be more precise...
Is it just time?
You know what? Let's leave the self-introduction there and move on.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Not gonna lie. What would you like to know? You're here to assess me, so ask away.
Your manifesto is very wide in its scope, but you don't seem to be personally involved in many of the specific fields. How can you be...
Very fair question. I completely understand where you're coming from. But I'm confident in my plan. I visit... Of course, 2 different problems can be...
How do you plan to determine whether you are right or wrong about...
A great question. Well, I'd start by having my colleagues in the secretary. If it turned out that my judgment was to blame for poor results, I would take
Nice answer. All right.
He seems like a great guy. Everything he said was thoughtful and logical and...
Here's my take on what we just learned. As you saw, Qianwei is highly knowledgeable. He proposes many excellent ideas in his manifesto, but he is very proud and incredibly stubborn. Mingguo's plan is more thorough and more measured. You can tell he's meticulous in his work, but he and Qianwei are otherwise polar opposites. Mingguo is not very articulate and comes across as very timid and...
Perfect summary!
Last but not least, Zhi. His manifesto is full of pertinent details. His methodology is... The depth he goes into in each and every area means it can only be a product of painstaking work. But what really interests me is that many of his views happen to coincide with Uncle Tien's.
Great!
We'll see. Let's go back and report to Uncle Tien.
my escape. Can't catch me.
I see.
All right. Then let me ask this. The ideas in Jur-E's manifesto are
Oh, I didn't want to say anything when I gave those 3 candidates have all studied under me in the past. But Xin Wei went on to focus on his business, and Ming Guo has always been occupied with his...
Whoa! So how did you get to know them?
Chen Wei was referred to me by an old friend. Ming Guo came to my attention in the course of my work. We first met while fishing. Gradually, as Juri came from a poor family, and his parents died when he was very... He reminded me of a younger version of myself. So I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing and noticed how quickly he got on. Quite. And now, all of a sudden, the young are growing up, and I am growing old.
I don't know, Uncle Tian. You still seem in pretty good shape to me. You might have another few years.
Oh, you. There's really no need to console me. Having less energy than I used to isn't a...
Sounds like you sure love fish.
Ooh, there's nothing quite like fishing to pass the time. Ooh, and
Fresh fish soup.
doesn't it? Also, when we've been fishing recently, Juri, that flavor makes for a fond memory.
Ooh, can Paimon come next time too?
Let's get back to the matter at hand. Uncle Tian.
Mm-hmm. I appointed you as... Had you not asked me why Juri's ideas were so similar to mine, this decision must be guided by what... Remember.
Understood. Come on, let's go talk.
Bye-bye, Uncle Tian. So, it's gonna be... His manifesto was written well.
Easy. Let's not rush.
Huh? So...
No, nothing like that. The assessment itself is complete. But let me give you a word of advice. The biggest no-no in intelligence work is to only get information from the person of interest themselves. The truth, for example... Wenyuan, Shanghua.
Yes?
Lady Yelan, what are your orders?
Who are they?
Did they scare you? These two are Wenyuan as my trusted assistants. They are always standing guard nearby. Shanghua is a business expert who gets his information by trading. Wenyuan relies on word of mouth. And there's also Upei.
That meathead must have been out there on sea surveillance for some time now. Is he all right? I seem to...
Nothing can take that guy down. Certainly not...
Shanghua, visit all the commerce guilds and look into Qianwei's background. Wenyuan, go to...
Yes, ma'am.
So what about Juri?
Jur-E. Well, obviously, as the most promising... Let's go to the docks first. Lots of people...
If we're looking for information, he does business at the North Wharf.
That's actually...
What's Polite doing here today? Make my escape.
Look, your asking price for this batch is just too high. I can't buy in at the...
Come on, hear me out. I'm telling you, this is the single best batch of Sunsetia. I accidentally dropped one into a well, and even the water turned sweet.
Even so...
All right. I'll let you in on a little secret. The boss of Second Life also wants to buy from me, but I haven't responded yet. If you won't take him, I'll just have to partner with them instead. And neither of us.
Okay, well, when you put it that way, I'll... Oh, what are you doing here? And to be clear, these Sunsettias are mine. I got to them first. Don't...
Actually, we want to ask you about a guy called Juri.
Juri? Yeah, I've heard a story about him. They say he was born into poverty. One of his neighbors was terribly rude to him all the time. But Juri never retaliated. He returned cruelty with kindness. Injustice with peace offerings.
He sounds like a decent man. We can finally breathe a sigh of relief.
Why are you asking about him anyway? Well then, in that...
Where?
It's him, all right. Looks like he's chatting with Yelan. Come on, let's try not to let him see you.
I'll just go and fetch an employment contract. And hey, don't try and cut me out of this.
I understand. Let's walk and talk. So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
The truth is, an old friend of mine who likes to have a drink now and then. He fancies himself as a man of culture, but doesn't care for needless extravagance. So I thought I might buy him a set of high-quality fakes.
How very thoughtful of you. Leave it to me, then. Come and collect it at Shigu Antiques whenever is convenient.
Thank you very much, Miss Yelan.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Juri. These days, it's quite rare for someone of your standing to still keep up with their old friends. It's nice to see. I'll be sure to pick out a good set for you. You can count on me.
Juri seems to get along really well with everyone. Are you satisfied now, Yelan?
We shouldn't jump to conclusions just yet. Let's go check out...
Wait. You're not just trying to dig up some...
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But hey, you'll be able to try all the finest food for free.
We will? Well, come on!
The wharf is as busy as ever. I hear the anglers here sometimes sell their fish to the nearby fishmongers.
Welcome. What would you like to buy today?
Sorry to interrupt. We're actually members. We've heard about this young man called Juri, who's supposed to be a fantastic...
Whoa! Yelan made up a whole fake identity.
Ah, yes, Juri. He's been making quite a name for himself recently. I've got some friends who travel all over... Apparently, he had a rather tough time growing up. How does that saying go? What doesn't kill...
Yeah,
But I'm afraid your Anglers Association might be in...
Huh? What?
He's good at a lot of things, but fishing isn't one of them. He fishes at his catches are always mediocre. Not terrible, but equally nothing to write home about.
That sounds fantastic. I've got a couple of other things to attend to right now, though.
Sure thing. See you.
Everywhere they go, they meet someone who's heard of him. Come on, let's keep asking around.
Here to buy some fish? It's 300 for one. You better hurry when they're gone.
Hello, we're from the Society for Fish Price Research.
Wow, she's...
Society for Fish Price Read?
Please, don't worry. We've heard about a certain Jer-E who's been selling fresh fish at...
So this isn't about me. You should have said something, you know. I haven't heard anything about him selling fresh fish at low prices, but...
Oh?
Because he's so poor. His parents died when he was very young, and his alcoholic father still owed... He was still a kid when he first came to the wharf. His clothes were ragged, and he had a bandage wrapped around... And he managed to survive, thanks to Uncle Tien, who gave him some... I mean, he can afford to eat and everything, but you'll often see him haggling with others over just a few mora, so... It's not like he catches much anyway, so it's not going to...
You'd rather he didn't know?
Well, I spoke to him once, briefly, and I think he has pretty low self-esteem. But hey, it's hardly my place to say anything. What he's achieved, and nobody's perfect.
I see. Well...
Not a problem. And just for the record, there's
The more times you say it, the less...
Doesn't have a lot of...
Hey, it's you guys! Wait, what brings you to...
The truth is, we are but newcomers to this territory. We heard tell of a great...
Really? People said...
But of course. We also heard that Master Dooku is a kind and
Great! So what do you wish to know?
Now she's lying to a kid.
So, Master Dooku, have you heard of one by the name...
Sure have. You mean that guy that all the grown-ups... I've heard many tales of Jer-E. Probably because it's nothing that important.
Oh, I can completely understand that. Then let me...
Oh yeah, I know that. Before that, people always used to talk about Jer-E in a kind of nasty tone of voice. Sometimes he gives me candies, so I...
Just as I thought.
Huh?
I mean, just as I thought, Master...
Oh yeah, one other thing. These days, there's a lot of people I've never seen.
Oh, definitely.
Great! So next time I see them, I'll say hi.
Certainly. You can also tell my...
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Well...
Until we meet again.
Any of that sound strange to you?
Strange? Jer-E seems to have a great reputation.
True. But the issue is, where did his sudden celebrity...
Sudden? Too good?
So he returns cruelty with kindness, and had to work to support his studies. These are the kinds of things that make someone well known in their hometown. But Uncle Soon said even his friends who travel far and wide hear about him wherever they go. That's a little... Do you remember what Doogu Shuo said about Jer-E's stories? Clearly a good impression of the guy. But beyond that, plus, there's the fact that all this praise of Jer-E has only been his childhood, his studies, the thing with his neighbor. None of these are recent events.
When you put it like that...
Of course, if that's all there was to it, I wouldn't look into it any further. Jer-E was born into a poor family. Paying people to get his stories out there is within the rules of the game as far as I'm concerned. The problem is, do you remember what Uncle Gao said about him? He's stayed poor his whole life. Everything he's earned he's either spent on studying, right, and that changes everything. That's the worst case scenario, but all too often...
Someone's trying to gain influence over the Qixing? Even if we ask Jiri about it...
First, we need to find out who's supporting him. Remember the current affairs and planning state? Whoever is secretly helping... Come on, let's get back to Yen...
I'm out of here!
Jur-E's manifesto covers a huge range of topics. Looking for details that don't add up? It'll be like trying to find I'll divide the reports into 2 piles. You take one, I'll take the other. Officially, the assessment is already over, and I'll be expected to announce the... Whatever else Uncle Tien might think of Zhi, the fact remains, any evidence he's left is not going to be immediately obvious.
Even though Yelan took... Well, we got... Oh, this reading is...
Looks like I'm the first one back, as usual.
Oh, hey! It's one of Yelan's little helpers, Shenhua! If you're back, that means...
You betcha. I visited all the Commerce Guild...
Don't drag this out. Just...
Yes, Lady Yelan. To summarize my findings, most people who've had interactions with Qianwei will start out complaining about how proud and arrogant he is. The young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild said that Qianwei appears arrogant, but he's very scrupulous. Once he signs a contract with somebody, he treats them fairly,
Who'd have thought?
Is it possible that his reputation is fake? Is there any way you can...
In theory, that should be very difficult. But here's the thing. I asked around and found where he buys from and sells to should be confidential business. Qianwei often sees business. It's like he wants people to know that they still can't beat him, even if he shares...
What a strange guy.
To validate his theories. No wonder his manifesto contains so many
I'm back! Huh? Why do you think? Obviously, because I possess superior skills, and am always one step
You... Ugh, whatever. I'm not getting into an argument with you. If I hadn't had some... Lady Yelan, I have finished...
Well, we're all ears.
The Ministry of Civil Affairs says that Minghua struggles to get his words out when he gets nervous. But after a few days of getting to know him, you can pretty much have a normal conversation with him. On the whole, the feedback from the Ministry of Civil Affairs was...
In your opinion, was the Ministry of Civil Affairs...
I don't believe so. Minghua is someone who has slowly but sure... According to Miss Yu... Oh, and also... There was once...
Whoa.
Like I said before, things...
Ah! So that's what you meant by...
Thank you both. You're free to go now. So, have you finished...
Still...
I can't see any immediate problem. The only one that strikes me as a little unusual is that Jiangshu Pool has always been home to many secrets. Plus, Ajdaha once wrought havoc there, so there are even more secrets. At some point, a rumor began to go around that there, a long time ago, with the approval of the Qixing.
So, did they find any...
None. The ruin was completely impenetrable. The only way they could have gotten through the solid rock would have been by blowing it open with... The technology wasn't mature enough at that time, so the excavation... Zhi's manifesto focuses on solving problems, and this treasure hunt seems extremely risky. Still, this one fact alone doesn't tell us much.
Excavation? Project? Treasure? Did we read anything? Oh yeah! Zhi said the Blackcliff Forge workers should get right of first refusal if...
Did he now? Well, that makes everything much clearer.
Does that mean the Blackcliff Forge is...
No, not likely. I've looked into the... They do possess some Still, since the clues are pointing toward the Blackcliff Forge, we should see where they...
Shenwei and Mingbok both turned out to be completely different than what we thought. Juri, is there another side to him too? Ah, let's find shelter, quick! Watering works on plants, but not people. Yeah.
This is the Black Cliff Forge. Let's look around for clues.
What's this?
From the back, it looks like a ledger. We don't know who wrote it, but it's interesting, don't you think?
You think they're suspicious?
Yes. Look, at this rate, by the time the Qingshu Pool redevelopment plan is ready, that'll give them the chance to take a lot of liberties. They can copy any secret texts or steal. Imagine if we didn't suspect anything. By the time Jur-E recommends the Blackcliff Forge for the excavation project, at most, no red flags if all they did was change some key staff. And even if we decided to vet the staff individually, they'd have had... That's the advantage of planning this far in advance. It was a clever move.
When you put it like that, it all makes sense. If we hadn't found this out, someone else, so...
That's a question for the newcomers. But let's start...
Make my escape. Excuse us. We want to ask you about the newcomers.
You want them to teach you or something? I gotta say, these newcomers are in tip-top shape. Fast learners, too. They're picking up all the skills unbelievably fast. My only complaint is that they're always going out drinking at night. But they never let up. I guess they just need some time to adjust. I'm sure we'll...
They go out drinking. This area isn't exactly renowned for the...
You got that right. They tell me they go all... It rained after work today, so they actually stuck around at the site for a while. But as soon as the rains... Hey, you're only young once, right? I say, if they...
Interesting. Let's go... Looks like our hunch was on the Mora. These drinking in Liyue Harbor, huh? Some cover Good thing it rained today. It means they'll leave footprints. I doubt they'd give them...
They went that way! Hurry, we gotta catch up! Huh. These footprints are heading towards Liyue Harbor. Maybe we were wrong about them.
Just as I thought. They didn't go to Liyue Harbor. They went that way. The footprints stop here, but, judging from the direction, I'm guessing their destination was that of...
And away I go!
Looks like we were too late. This has gotta be where the newcomers rendezvous with whoever they're Look at these ashes. Someone was burning documents not long before.
Could there be anything left? Maybe the wind...
The odds of that are very slim.
Why don't we wait?
We can't count on that. Clearly they were based here at one point. To me, that says that whoever's behind this has moved them somewhere else to throw.
Darn!
Make no mistake, the purpose of our trip wasn't to find any solid evidence. I smelled something peculiar. Those newcomers probably thought they'd be safe.
Really?
Floral fragrance. When that fragrant ink is burned, this is the exact. Oh, exactly. The evidence, but it's all I need. Now I.
Lady Yelan! Oh, thank goodness I finally found you. I thought I'd never see you again.
Don't be alarmed. This is Upei. He's Wenyuan and I sent him to look into Jur-E's regular contacts. Since Jur-E likes fishing, I left him a note at Yenshang Tea House telling him to look for me at Black. So, what did you find out at sea?
Forgive my incompetence. I'm afraid I asked all the fishermen multiple times, but none of them had any interactions with Jur-E before. Then the waves got so choppy I ended up falling overboard. When I got back, I heard that you'd gone to Blackcliff Forge and might need backup, so I went straight.
Well, Uncle Tien said that Jur-E once bought a recipe from one of the fishermen.
What? No, that's not possible. It's absolutely not possible. Lady Yelan, I'm telling you.
Interesting. Then I wonder how that even more wonderful
fish soup?
Nothing. Our priority right. Well, any suggestions? Not a bad idea. Upei, what do you think?
Honestly, I've already tried following Jur-E, but the guy's too cautious.
Okay, so...
No, we'll still need to tail him. But first, we need to do some groundwork.
Groundwork?
When you've worked in intelligence for a long time, you'll understand that no one can stay on high alert for it. Tomorrow morning, I'll announce his victory at Yuehai Pavilion. Take a guess what you think he'll... Be sure to arrive on time. You won't want to miss the show. It looks like we're all here. Well then, I won't drone on about the...
All of us here know the score. Don't beat around the bush.
Qianwei has many pioneering ideas. Mingbo is reliable, but not quite ambitious enough. And because of his personality. In contrast, Jur-E is evenly balanced after much consideration.
What?
Oh, thank you. Honestly, I'm a little surprised. In my estimation, all three of us are worth... Would either of you enter...
I'll have to see. I'm in a bad mood.
I don't mind.
Okay, well, that's all from me. Jur-E, you'll have some preparation to do. It won't be long before you're...
I will live up to the Tianshu name. On this, I should go. I need to pack my things, and then I think a celebratory meal is in order.
Count me out. I'm not in the...
Jur-E seems pretty relaxed now.
Hey, traveler. Tell me something. What exact... If you can't answer that, I'm not accepting...
Also...
Oh no, if we get stuck...
Follow him.
Yes, ma'am.
We finally...
Lady Yelan, Jur-E has gone towards Feiyu...
Follow him, quickly.
So Jur-E really sided with the...
Difficult to say. But everything should become a lot clearer when we find him.
Sorry, Lady Yelan. He's too good at this. We weren't able to keep
How the heck did he manage to I guess Jerry didn't let his guard down.
No, Upe says he's much more relaxed than usual. Maybe it's just how he's wired. Perceptive enough to sense...
What?
Don't blame yourselves. Let's not forget he was trained by Uncle Tien himself. Evading detection is... If I'd asked you to tail Uncle Tien, you'd have ended up at a dead end too. It's fine.
Shinue Kiosk. He only went in briefly. Upe and I were... A few moments later, a man dressed in a completely different outfit came out. Upe had a feeling that it was him, but we couldn't get I figured that if we spooked him, it would undo what we've accomplished today so far. Another option would have been to arrest him there and then, but without any evidence. So I stopped Upe, and I stayed here to wait for you while that meathead went to ask around in Shinue...
Good work. The fish didn't take the bait, but that's okay. As long as he's still swim... Let's go to Shinue Kia.
Could you explain to me how that works? A guy like him comes in, changes his whole outfit right under your nose.
Our customers are free to dress however they please. What
Okay, fair enough, but didn't you think it was just a...
Well, maybe I did, but it still doesn't give me the right to stop him.
Enough. Let's tone this down a little. I'll make this quick. Just one question. What did he buy?
Oh, he didn't buy anything. He just picked up a bottle of liquor that he ordered ages ago.
A bottle of liquor?
Yes, a very strong kind. Fiery, with a rich flavor. This gentleman ordered it in person from us a long time ago. He was only...
Liquor? And...
Where to?
Shigu Antiques. Hey, Miss Lin Long. Sorry to bother you. We're friends of his. He's been telling us how impressed he is.
Sure. Which...
we don't really know a whole lot about wineware. Let's just go with Juri.
Juri picked up his set not long ago. As a quality imitation of an antique wineware set, it has, just so you're aware, we don't have many of this model left in stock. And now that Mr.
Don't worry. Price shouldn't be an issue. I'm sure we can work something out. But I'm just a little hazy on...
For this set, the wine glasses are sold separately. Minimum purchase is 1 glass.
Okay. Thanks, Lin Long. Seems there's a little...
Well, don't take too long. We could sell out...
This is turning into a real
I'd just like to point out that we have the self-professed Grand Master of Fieldwork here to thank for being wholly incapable of tailing an ordinary civilian without being...
It's not like you did any better.
My specialty is information trading, okay? I don't have the physical agility. What's your...
Yelan, so if we can't figure out where Jerry went, there's...
If so, it's...
What do you mean?
First of all, Juri isn't much of a drinker. On some level, if he was just looking to celebrate by himself, he wouldn't spend his meager savings on an expensive... No. This is a victory feast. Whoever this person is clearly enjoys hard liquor and has a very high status. Now where might we find
Fatui officials.
Have both locations surrounded.
Lady Yelan, is it time for us to make our move?
Get with the program, would you? This is a covert surveillance operation. Jury may be vigilant, but in which case, we don't need to change tactics. Just change who we're following.
Great idea! So we just need to find out who
But Lady Yelan, if we get caught, this could become a
I'm well aware, but don't you see? Jur-E is gambling everything on this. If we really want to catch him, stick to your orders, and make sure—
Yes, ma'am.
Don't worry, Lady Yelan. Jur-E may be a slippery character, but we'll keep a close watch on the movements of all Fatui.
I'll be waiting for you at the tea house. If I'm guessing correctly, Fatui officials are likely to take action at night. Perfect timing. Wenyuan just sent word that the Fatui ambassador, Yusupov, just left
Qingshu Pool?
It looks like that's where they've arranged to meet. Sensible choice. Qingshu Pool is always crawling with monsters. Most people wouldn't dream of going there.
Oh no.
Let's go. If my hunch is correct. This is Qingshu Pool, full of ruins, crawling with monsters. Anyone with any sense steers well clear of this place. I've looked into the place before. There's a worker's entrance somewhere around here. Follow me. There's been some work done on this place in the past, but it's a bit of a labyrinth inside. The workers left an emergency access route. If we could— Still, be ready to fight at any moment. Any
Don't worry, we're all By the way, Yelan, where—
They have other things to take care of first. We couldn't afford to wait for— Quietly now. Busted.
Blaze alert! Born of ice and frost. Ninjutsu!
Quietly, as I expected. But this shouldn't be too much trouble.
Ambassador here to meet. That must be the emergency access route, right? Come on, let's hurry.
No, gosh. La 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 la. There, hey.
Game's up. Time's over. Gotcha. Quietly now.
The water's gone down.
Take it easy.
You gonna take this medicine, and you're gonna like it. Hang around. Big and small. They go down. Okay, no, I'm I'm enjoying spaghetti. Less than half a box. It's not enough. Then I was making 2 boxes of story, Sam. I'm gonna spend $5 for a box of spaghetti, I guess. You want spaghetti for me, man? No, no. Oh, she got her spaghetti. Yeah. She must have got it, she must have got like this, Alright guys, so when are we walking to Blues? Actually, yeah. You wanna walk to Blues? No, because here's you talking shit. After we walk to Blues and back, you get down that hill, realize you gotta walk up a hill. I think we'll be able to stay. Yeah? I hate to on that route. You won't be able to get home. Yeah, no shit. You'll be stuck there. Before we get to talk to us, shit, I get blamed for it too. Well, that's my dad walked up here. I can't stop him, he's a grown up man. That's why I think I picked up the kid here. You know, that's very shame you get you're young. But you got good parents and my daughter. It could have been her, she just didn't. Yep. I got the snack and ring. What, what are you snacking? While I was gone? You sure did. I asked him. No,
Busted. Gotcha. Busted. Things are about to get dicey. Quietly, Mary. Take it easy. The water's flowed into the groove, and now the statues have lit up. Okay, now we should be able to move the statues.
You're really trying to make me do puzzles out here. I played Tales games. You can't fuck me up with puzzles.
The door is open. Let's go.
We should be nearly at the bottom now. Let's wrap this up. Gotcha.
This is long overdue. Access denied.
Here comes the catch. Quietly now.
I can tell from the aroma that this is very fine liquor indeed. I'm impressed. Come on, bottoms up. After you, of course.
Oh, sorry. That one.
You'll get there. If you want to stay...
I'll do my best.
You're more of a lightweight than I thought. Already struggling. I thought you were made of sterner stuff. You certainly kept it together when you were Come on, another round.
Sure. You didn't leave me much of a choice, though, did you? Just the mention of... I'm more timid than you realize. Every time I poisoned him, I had to hide away at home for a few...
Look, I know it has not been easy for you, my friend. But, I have to say, you really are quite a genius at poisoning. I mean, the poison we brought from Snezhnaya is as strong as this wine, but you found a way to turn it into an imperceptible, slow-acting poison and came up... what was it you said? Oh, yeah. You said the soup's fishy flavor neutralizes the pungency of the poison, and
It struck me one day when I was fishing. I'm lucky it did. Otherwise,
You have performed excellently. The Fatui will continue to provide the support you need to consolidate your position as Tianshu. Of course, aside from Qingshu Pool, we also have some other...
Don't worry. Whatever tasks you have for me...
Did you hear that? It was poison! That's why Uncle Tian hasn't been feeling well. What a nasty god!
Hold on. Did you bring the camera? If not, you can use mine. This is quite a scene. We have to...
We've, seen no progress on the diplomatic front, and everyone has been but soon, everything will be taken care of. I remember when I first saw you. I knew right away that you would make a good partner for us. Hey.
How could I forget? You said a lowly commoner like me could never be seen as a serious... The only way is for you to shine bright in the Tianshu's darkest moment.
Yes. Under normal circumstances, the gap... Just look at your two competitors. Qianwei had wealth. Mingboa had reputation. And that's why I decided to help you. You know, there's an old saying in the Fatui. Give a starving dog a bone, and it'll guard your home for the rest of its life.
Yes. I cannot thank you enough for...
You know the best thing about you? Heck, when you're not in the company of the Fatui...
Uncle Gao said that Jur-E has low self-esteem. He was worried that whatever advantage he might have now will diminish. Do you have any more film in the camera? Then get ready to use it. Tonight's grand... How well this goes for us.
Ooh, is there any more alcohol? Go on. Fill me up. I'm gonna...
There's only a little left. Here, I'll fill your glass. If you like it, I can bring you some more next time.
Whoa, this is the good stuff. It is great. Huh? Jur-E.
You seem surprised, Mr. Yusupov. How could I not? I've sacrificed years of my life studying and reflecting. You really think I'd put myself through all that just to become your little puppet?
You imbecile. It's the Fatui who got you to where you are. Do you understand?
Do you see the haystack in the corner? Underneath it is a pile of explosives. And next door in the dark room are the... I'm gonna stay here till I see you slip into unconsciousness. Then I'm gonna set this on fire. Once the flames burn through the hay, they'll ignite the explosives. The ruin...
What do you hope?
I took the liberty of leaving some evidence of your contact with the undercover agents at the Black Cliff Forge. It won't take long for people to join the dots. 2 missing person... The Fatui planted undercover agents in the Black Cliff Forge to steal their signature... But things didn't quite go to plan. Faced with the overwhelming evidence, the embassy won't investigate this any further. In fact, they'll be on... It explains why you acted alone. Of course, none of that will have anything to do with me. When all of this comes to my attention, I'm afraid I'll have no choice but to cancel the Qingshu...
Jur-E, do you really think you're gonna get away with this? The Fatui has a record of every... After I die, they'll come...
A record? Oh, you must mean... Because when you contacted me, I also made contact with your associates. I have Theophan to thank for providing... He'll help me tie up all the loose ends. After he has been eyeing your position for...
That traitor!
Shh. Relax. It's over. After tonight, sweet dreams.
I did a little surveying on the way here and found that you'd left yourself 3 escape routes in case things went south. I have them all surrounded. If you're thinking of trying anything, we were here the whole time and have pictures of everything.
The game's up? Forgive me, I happened to discover a Fatui operation here, so I approached them on the
This is how you want to play it, huh? Fine. You do you. All we need to do to convict you is establish that the poison in his system is... Nothing else you wanted to add? Let's leave...
One wrong move and it all comes crashing down. You followed him here, didn't you? I was so focused on keeping myself out of sight. Let's talk about this, Yelan. I gave you my word that I would...
Your point being?
When I take office, I can guarantee that I will act in your best interests. In fact, all of you here to... I don't deny that I used underhanded methods to get here. But given my...
You still don't get it, do you? Even now. What do you think? Exactly. Jur-E. Clever people can always come up with a... There's nothing wrong with wanting to win other people's respect, but when has Uncle Tien... He was like a teacher and a father to you, but you chose to repay that by poisoning him. Whatever positive goal you...
That's enough.
Of course. What makes this even crueler is that you managed to convince yourself there was no other way. Uncle Tien was, out of everyone in the world, he is the one who trusts you the most. So much that he drank your fish soup without doubting...
That's enough! That's enough.
Life is like fishing. It cannot be rushed. Whatever you do, impatience will accomplish nothing. I was just like you once, desperate to prove myself. Only later did I realize things do not always turn out the way you plan. But you have to keep calm to carry on. You're still young. Be patient, believe in yourself, and don't look outside yourself to prove your value. Where's Jur-E these days? It's been a long time since he last paid me a visit.
Maybe he's just busy.
Well, next time, If he doesn't bring a pot of piping hot fish soup, don't let him in.
Whatever you were thinking about, you'll have plenty of time to mull it over in prison. Oh, I almost forgot. If the Fatui find out what happened today, prison might not turn out to be the safest place for you. Trying to have friends on both sides, it has a way of turning everyone against you. But right now, I have an opportunity for you.
Huh?
Sorry, things are about to get busy for me. I'll have someone remove the explosives. Then...
Need our help with that?
No, it could be dangerous. You don't worry. As long as get some rest.
Make my escape. Make my escape.
There is now no poison left in his system, but recovery from...
Dr. Baishu.
You needn't worry too much. Keep taking the prescribed medicine. It's good we caught it in time. A few days later and the toxin would have built up in...
How did they successfully secure such a seldom seen poison? It seems, unfortunately for them.
Uncle Tien will be heading off now. Remember to get plenty of rest and...
Don't worry, I will. Thank you very much. Ah, you're here too? Yes, the exhaustion seems to have...
Luckily, it looks like choosing the Tianshu's successor is suddenly not such a...
Hey, Yelan!
My work is mostly wrapped up, so I thought I'd take a minute to... The assessment process comes to an end here, Uncle Tien. In my opinion, Zhi...
You have my gratitude. People can change their loyalties easily.
Is it just Paimon, or is Uncle...
Don't underestimate Uncle Tien. He wouldn't have appointed... Normally, the Yue High Pavilion would be responsible for a...
Yes, to be quite honest, I wanted to trust. When I first met Zhi, I wondered if he had approached me with a hidden... I concluded that he had no ulterior motive. In the end, even he changed. I never had any plans to recommend him directly, but I had no reputation to speak of when I first became Tianshu. I relied on Ganyu's assistance for all manner of things.
I have to admit, he's a smart... The intel suggests that the Fatui saw him as very low risk. But he chose that specific liquor from Shinue kiosk because the fiery flavor would... He also installed a secret compartment in the wine pot he bought to hold the poison. As the amount of liquor went down, he'd shake the... Afterwards, we also found he had an antidote on him. Had the Fatui official grown suspicious, Jur-E would have drunk the poisoned wine himself, and then found an opportunity to take the...
But that's still really...
Yes. Had he drunk the poisonous wine, he still would have faced serious health consequences despite taking the antidote. He didn't...
How is...
Well, I mean, he is sitting in a jail cell. Still, he's cooperating. He didn't turn down my offer to strike a deal. I'll make sure there are plenty of guards around to keep...
A deal? Does this have to...
Yes, Jur-E's not the one I'm interested in. If he was as far as this one... But once the Fatui became involved, things got a...
Well, did you...
Almost. Unfortunately, it slipped...
Uncle Tien? Yelan? What are you talking about? I'm under...
Jur-E colluded with the Fatui to try and secure the position of Tianshu. Or, with Yusupov in our hands, and also we'd be able to gain control of Theophan, Yusupov's second-in-command. Pawns like this can be major assets. They open up all sorts of new... Why else did you think I was investing so much time and effort in...
So, okay, well, did your plan succeed?
We got halfway. The first part went off without a hitch, and we passed all the information on to Lady Ningguang. But when we tried to make contact with Theophan, he was gone, along with all the evidence.
The Fatui must be spying on us. Otherwise, they'd never been able to respond so quickly.
I found out from other sources that the Harbinger Regrator got involved. The Fatui's main forces aren't concentrated here. Regrator was only treating this as a peripheral concern. It's a pity that Theophan got away. But knowing which Harbingers are still looking at Liyue is something. It gives me a starting point for my next mission.
I have to ask, Yelan. Do you have any... I remember you showed some interest a few days ago.
Oh, that. I prefer my current life. There's danger. Although it'd still be a behind-the-scenes role. As Tianshu, I wouldn't have the chance to get involved in anything truly clandestine or face any real danger. All right.
Where are you off to this time?
As you might have guessed. It's for me to know and you to... But I'm sure if you keep going as you are, getting yourselves involved in other people... Maybe I'll see you the next time danger beckons. Until then, keep your wits about you. A lot of... If you have any more questions, just ask Uncle Tien.
Alright. That was fun. Go ahead and end the stream here. See y'all in the next stream. Doses!